Hey, it's Bernard Nomberg with the Nomberg Law Firm in Birmingham, Alabama. And one particular confusing area of the law that we've dealt with many times is the term of sheltered employment in the workers' compensation setting. And how does sheltered employment, what does it look like? How does it affect the statute of limitations? How should the court typically look at it? Well, there's not many examples of this on the case books over the last 30 years or so, but the simplest way to define it is when someone goes back into a position at work that's less than their normal position, meaning there's some type of less hours or less physical work that's required or a lesser position than what they were doing before they got hurt, but they're being fully compensated as if they were in that full return to work position that was full time and the like. Being paid full compensation for lesser work is the simplest way to deal with it. Now, I won't get too deep into how the law operates on this, but it can toll or push back the statute of limitations. The statute of limitations is that time period in which the injured worker must either file their case in the appropriate court of law or have their case settled before the time runs out. And typically that's 2 years from the day they get hurt if compensation's never paid, or if weekly compensation is paid, it also gets pushed back to the last two years from the time the payments were last made. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But going back to sheltered employment, it's a case-by-case example, case-by-case analysis, and a case-by-case argument as to whether or not you have sheltered employment. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say that you work as an auto mechanic for a place that does auto car repairs, and your job as a mechanic was 40 to 50 hours a week. You were paid $23 an hour, and you did that job, whatever the mechanic work was required, full lifting, bending, stooping, whatever the physical requirements were. But then you get hurt on the job, you have a back injury. They bring you back to work as someone doing less than that. Maybe you're the helper for the mechanic, or maybe you're now working in the office and you're only working 30 hours a week, but you're still getting paid that 40 to 50 hours a week at your normal wage. It could be argued that that's sheltered employment. So if you have this situation, or if you have questions about how all this works and how the statute of limitations may be told and those types of things, just give us a call. 205-930-6900 is our office number in Birmingham. Nomberglaw.com is our website. We can also be found on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.